Welcome back to my 100 Day Drawing Challenge 2020. Today's day number 8 and the prompt is Adventurer. I really wasn't sure what to draw for Adventurer. I really didn't like what I drew last year for this prompt and I knew I wanted to try and do something better than that. But other than that, I really didn't have any inspiration for this prompt, so I really had to think for a while about what I wanted to draw today. I did a couple of sketches in my separate sketchbook. I tend to sketch a couple of things and just thumbnail the image on a separate sketchbook before I go in and draw the sketch that you're seeing in the video. So when I was sketching a couple of different things and playing around with the sketches, I decided on this cute character. I knew I wanted to use a darker colour palette for this one. It isn't really dark, but it is a darker colour palette than the other prompts that we've seen so far. And when I was playing around with the sketches, I just loved this outfit. I just loved the idea of this like adventurer character who wears this big hat and has this like really poofy dress. It's almost kind of like piratey. I don't know how that happened, but I think just like the belt and the shirt underneath the dress with the poofy sleeves and like the colour combination, it ended up looking a little bit pirate inspired, which I'm not complaining about. I think it looks really cute. She's also kind of slightly witchy, I suppose, just with the big hat and the fact that she has these like little herbs and things hanging off of her belt and her hat. She ended up looking like a little bit witchy, which again I'm not complaining about. To be honest, adventurer as a prompt is a little bit vague. I think that can be interpreted in many different ways, so even though you might not look at this illustration and instantly know what the prompt was, I think it still technically fits the prompt. Well, I hope so anyway, because this is what I drew and I can't change it now. So I wanted to stick to a kind of brown and red colour scheme with a few little pops of green here and there, because I thought that would look very pretty. I also ended up adding a little bit of orange here and there as well, just for the little flowers and the chains on her hat. She has like a little potion bottle that's like tied onto her belt, which I thought was so cool, and I coloured it this lime green colour, and later on I go over it with coloured pencil and add a little bit of pencil around the outside of the bottle as well to show it kind of glowing. I originally planned for this character to have black hair. I thought the black hair would just look really pretty on this character, but as I started colouring and I coloured her dress in that kind of burgundy red colour, I decided that the hair looked really pretty white the way it was, so I decided to stick with white. I ended up shading it a little bit with a very pale blue, but yeah, I just changed my mind along the way and decided that I preferred white hair. I think it looks really nice with this skin tone and with her like white freckles that I added later with a white pen and against the brown and the red. I just thought it looked really pretty, so I decided to keep it white. I wasn't too sure what to do for the background. I thought of maybe adding some green hills just because I already had that pop of green in the colour scheme, so I thought the green wouldn't be too jarring for the background. And I have this pen which is like a bluish green, or it's almost kind of grey toned, so I thought that would look really cool because I didn't really want a bright green. I didn't want like a sunny landscape in the background. I wanted it to be like a little bit dark and kind of moody toned because I feel like that is the kind of vibe that's emanating from the character. I'm not honestly very happy with the background. I think the background could have been so much better. I didn't really have a very clear idea of what I wanted to do for the background. I just had this kind of vague picture of what I wanted to do, so then I just put it down on the page and decided it was good enough. But I'm not super happy with it. I do wish the background was better, but I feel like I did okay with this prompt considering I had little to no inspiration for this prompt when I started drawing. I feel like I managed to create something interesting. It's certainly more interesting than last year's illustration, so it's just boring. Like, who wants to look at this for more than 5 seconds? Not me. That's something, I suppose. I do think she's really cute. I would love to redraw this character again in the future. That's all for today. If you're interested, there's a link to the full challenge playlist on screen and in the description. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with me completing this challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for another prompt. Take care.